James Carter's my name. Been farming probably 25 years. I've always been in farming ever since I was a little kid, and actually a lot of people don't call it farming, but when you handle as much hay and stuff as we do, it's got to be farming because we're losing too much money for it to be anything else. We use anywhere from 60 to 100 rows a year. Basically, it's hay and horses and dogs. About 5 years ago, I started having a shaking problem and didn't know what it was. So I went to the doctor and he looked at me and checked me out and says, "Don't worry about it, it'll be all right." Well, I did this for about 3 years and I didn't get any better, so I changed doctors and went to a doctor in Thomasville. He run a MRI on brain scan and said I had Parkinson's disease. I wouldn't last no time in town. I couldn't stand it if I had to stay in town. I just love being out in the country, freedom. I'd rather be out farming and doing the best I could do and making a poor living than living in town and making a good living. But I had got to the point where I couldn't hardly do it.
He trips, he walks slowly. It's a brain disease, so it affects everything in your body. It's hard to say that we would have stopped farming, but it just would have gotten more and more difficult for him to do it, to the point that probably my son and I would have to do all of the hay ourselves. And we have nearly 200 acres of hay land, so it would have been really difficult for just us to keep going.
I usually go out in the morning and feed up, and I have to kind of bend down and crawl through the fence and slip and fail a few times. But they come in and put us some walk-through gates in our fence line, so where all you got to do is walk out, walk through, feed the horses, and come back through, and you don't even have to touch the fence. That's been a big help. They came out and took measurements on my tractors. They don't have but one step. You can't hardly get on it. They've come in and measured and extended my steps down. They've done a lot for us here, working on our gates, working on our tractors, working on our fences. Really done a lot.